Hello and welcome to Caribbean Vibrations, TV's #1 Caribbean show. I'm your host and guide, Alan, and today we're coming to you from Yonge Street in beautiful downtown Toronto. Here's what's coming up on this episode. Today's episode is all about Black business profiles. We got a chance to speak with MaryAnne Chambers of Grace Kennedy, Luann Jones of Covenant Funeral Homes, and we attended the opening of Reggae Fusion. But first up, BTMI gives us a teaser of Crop Over with Barbados on the Water in Toronto, right now on Caribbean Vibrations.
All night, hey, 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 all night, we doing it. All night, hey, 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 all night, we doing it. All night, I 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 doing it. I'm getting on bad, and this whole night I'm doing it. Making a bacchanal, and this whole night I'm doing it. I'm behaving rude, and this whole night I'm doing it. In a fitting mood, and this whole night I drink till I drunk. So what? So what? If I drink and drunk, whining on a hump. So what? So what? If I whine on a hump, I don't have no curfew. I say, answer to nobody. I'm getting on bad, 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 and this whole night I'm doing it.
Now you are watching Caribbean Vibrations, the 2017 edition of Barbados on the Water, with the sweet singing sounds of Mr. Biggie Irie. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. Good to be here again.
Again, exactly. So for people who missed it today,
Yeah.
tell them all about Barbados on the Water.
It was great. It was a great. I think it's the best one I've ever come to. This year was even greater. There were more people this year, and it all augurs well for the future. You know, I think it's a good thing the BTMI they're doing down here in promoting Barbados in Canada. Wonderful atmosphere, wonderful people, good food, everything Barbadian.
Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Come on, let's go. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, 166 square miles of pure love, pure smile. I am a pigeon, yeah, a pigeon. Yeah, gold sand and crystal blue sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, symbol of pride and industry. Christchurch to St. Lucie. I am a pigeon, a pigeon. Wherever I roam or I go, I will let them know. No matter what I say or I do, blue, yellow, black and blue. Represent it. Come on. Drinks, rags, repping my Bajan flag. Vibes, music, jump up and down and sing it. Come on. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with we. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon.
What is the Barbados experience? What is Crop Over?
Crop over is rubbing shoulders with other people who want to release. Correct. It's other people who want to release from a hard day's work, a hard year's work, who want to have a good drink, a good lime, eat some pudding and sauce, eat some cocoon flying fish, salt fish, gravy, everything. So if you never experienced it before, come and experience it and let me know that you're there and we can hang out.
Crop Over 2017 is next. I mean, Crop Over next. I'm so ready for Crop Over. We got Carry Festa coming up as well, right after Crop Over. 10 amazing days. I mean, you get experience 13 countries from around the Caribbean. There's Antigua, Jamaica, Haiti, all sorts of people coming down to show their fashion, their music, their food. So book your ticket and come down to Crop Over. The costumes. I got my costume. You got your costume?
Not yet.
See now?
Who are you playing with?
I play with everybody.
I like that. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Up and down on everybody truck. So you have to come down for Crop Over. Book your ticket now. Just ask the immigration officer where to stay, and you set.
Ready.
For us, it's really about showcasing all that Barbados has to offer, all the varied elements. And that's the beautiful thing about Barbados on the Water. There's a little bit of something for everyone.
We don't come out of bus. We just party with no restraint. From pillar to post, I just party with most. I be heading the west. My conduct is so gross. From the time that I wake, I ready to bust
No, not even. Like 6 to 7 weeks. Crop over.
Oh, yeah.
Can you let us know what these people are missing?
Oi, 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 something's happening. Right in Barbados. June, July, August. Bacchanal. Total Bacchanal. The sweetest summer festival. Crop over has been growing and growing and growing. Lots of mass bands now on the road. Lots of 4-day morning bands on the road. We have a great festival going. And the music is really getting great. The sound of it. We have some young artists in Barbados, people like Marvin, who you saw earlier tonight. These are awesome guys producing top quality music. So if you have never been to Crop Over, I'm telling you, at the end of July into the first weekend of August, you need to be in Barbados. The sweetest summer festival, Crop Over.
Boom! Hey! Vibration, good morning! Show them how we dey jump up. Oh.
Don't forget to follow us on social media at Caribbean TV.
Now you're watching Caribbean Vibrations TV, and we're here at the UE 2017 Alumni Gala Dinner with MaryAnne Chambers, the chair of Grace Kennedy, Ontario Incorporated. How are you doing?
Very good. It's good to be here.
Well, it's good to have you, because I mean, it's very interesting. We were talking off camera. Grace Kennedy, the organization, people know Grace Kennedy, but they don't know all the things they do, and they are winning an award tonight.
Yes.
So what are the things, you're on the board, what are the things you think that make Grace Kennedy so successful?
Well, I think Grace Kennedy does well, but Grace Kennedy also does good. And I'm particularly proud of the support for youth through education at all the levels. I'm very proud of the support for youth in sports. We have a very special partnership with University of the West Indies. We have 2 chairs that we sponsor there, a chair in management studies, a chair in environmental studies. We, just in the last year, we have granted 100 scholarships to students attending UE and University of Technology and the Edna Manley College and the Caribbean Maritime Institute. We have provided just in the past year 400 bursaries to students at the secondary school level and the tertiary level. We contribute to stronger communities at the local level. There are farmers in the parish of St. Elizabeth in Jamaica who know that all of their vegetables will be bought by Grace and processed. So we buy all their peppers, we buy their vegetables. They don't have to worry about a market for their products because of the partnership with Grace. And, you know, this year we celebrate our 95th anniversary in business, and we're now a global company. We are all over the world with our food distribution business. We have 5 factories in Jamaica, 2 in the USA. We also provide financial services throughout the English-speaking Caribbean. We have a bank, insurance companies. We are the Western Union partner for the Caribbean region. So this is about financial inclusion and a good life for the people who have been so loyal to us as consumers and customers. And when you ask about values, our values are honesty, integrity, and trust. And they are unshakable.
I like that so much. I mean, I asked a simple question, I got an amazing answer. Now, what are some of the things that people don't know that Grace Kennedy Ontario does? So,
Grace Kennedy Ontario is actually doing very well. Grace Kennedy Ontario has just, in the past year, been named the category manager for Walmart for Caribbean and ethnic foods, which is a big deal.
That's a big deal. Because, come on.
Has something like 700 stores in Canada, right? We're very proud of that. We're proud of that as a company. We're proud of that as a company that's based in Jamaica. It's one of these kind of, this is a big deal, you know, we've hit the big times. And we are working on expanding not just our footprint within the Caribbean diaspora, but embracing all communities, all ethnicities, what's often referred to as mainstream, but we know everyone aspires to be mainstream. And so our expansion plans take us across the country, Western Canada. You know, most of the people of Caribbean heritage are in the Greater Toronto area. But we know that the taste for our products extends well beyond just the Caribbean community. And so we're very proud of our successes there, but we remain humble, and I think that's a big deal for us. We know we have to do good as well as doing well.
Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Chambers.
My pleasure. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And you're watching Caribbean Vibrations TV. You're watching Caribbean Vibrations TV, and we are here at the grand opening of the second location of Reggae Fusion in Mississauga. We are here with Executive Chef Daniel and the owner, Andrew. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Well, I'm very excited because I see some amazing dishes. The first question I have for you guys is, what made you start Reggae Fusion Restaurant?
Well, what made us start Reggae Fusion is that Andrew is very good at business, and I'm excellent in terms of the kitchen. So we both work well together. We also love food on a whole, both of us, and especially people. We love people, not just Caribbean people, but people of all nations, pretty much. So we sat down and we were thinking, how can we relate to people? Why not relate through food? If you start up a Jamaican restaurant, everyone has a Jamaican restaurant. Why not start a Jamaican restaurant where even if you don't want Jamaican food, you can still come and enjoy something else, like a twist, you know, not just Jamaican, maybe a little Jamaican in it, also maybe with a little Italian or Asian, you know, things like that. So pretty much that's why we started Reggae Fusion. Love for food, love for people, love overall. We have our jerk rabbit. You know, it's pretty excellent, succulent meat, jerk to perfection. We have our jerk chicken pasta, a twist of Italian with Jamaican. We have breakfast coming up. We start breakfast at 7 a.m. every day, not just on weekdays, but also on weekends. Very big. We have a twist of omelets like jerk chicken omelets, ackee and saltfish omelets. So we have the regular Jamaican food, okra and saltfish, callaloo and saltfish. So we got lots of exciting things coming up. You guys need to come out, try it out, and have fun, all of us together. Excellent.
I'm particularly excited about the poutine. That's the oxtail poutine. That's just our twist on the Canadian, poutine. So I think people will like that. People love oxtail. So you should come out and try that too.
Well, thank you both so much for your time. We are so looking forward to sampling this food, and you're watching Caribbean Vibrations TV.
My name is Luann Jones. I'm the owner and managing funeral director of Covenant Funeral Homes, located in Scarborough, serving families across the GTA. We specialize in traditional funerals, burials, cremations, repatriations, sending your loved ones back to your home country for burials or funerals over there. We also look after final estate matters, notarizing or notifying the government and assisting with the documents that would be following after the funeral. So we do a lot of the cancellations, we do death benefits, notifying Health Canada that loved ones have passed away. So essentially we do a little bit of estate settlement for families as well, and that is a world of help for some families because they have no idea as to what to do after a funeral. So not only are we there from the beginning, we're also there after the funeral as well. This is the most vulnerable time in a person's life, and just having the opportunity to help them through it is more of a satisfaction as well. and no amount of money can pay for that. What I do is I serve. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. And in serving, the ministry that I'm able to do is, I guess, help people through their bereavement. One evening, I was doing a preparation, and the body was really beyond repair, so to speak, just looking at it. And I said to myself, Lord, who in their right mind would actually do this and enjoy doing it? And the word came was, you're here to put people back together again. Bring people back together again. You're helping the broken come back together. And that's when I said, okay, this is why I'm doing what I do. I can do it just so naturally, because it's just within me. So that's how I knew that this is why I do what I do, and it's to put the pieces of people's lives back together again. There's so many stories, there's so many people, there's so many lives that I've helped touch. I tell people when they leave here, you are my client, but I build relationships, and those relationships go on forever. We've had instances where a death has occurred, and one family member has said, Luann, you come highly recommended. We've had 3 or 4 people say, I know a girl. What's her name? Luann. Well, that's who I'm using. So it's refreshing to know that people, they appreciate what I do. They know that they're in good hands, so to speak, and they don't have anything to worry about when we look after them. And it's just a matter of them going through their grieving process, leave all the details, everything that needs to be done relating to the funeral to us. And that's our expertise, that's my expertise. And that's when I'm in my element. And I make sure that every family is treated as they were significantly the only family, and it doesn't matter how much money that they're going to spend on the funeral, whether they have it or not. I think in a whole, we live in a death-denying society, and we're afraid of anything to do with death or associated with death. Within the Caribbean community especially, because of the way we were brought up with the old folklore stories, and you know, North Americans call them ghosts. The ghost stories. In Jamaica you call them duppy, the duppy stories. In Guyana you have the jumbie stories. And all of those stories were made to make us afraid and scare us about dealing with death or somebody dying. So for me as a funeral director, first and foremost, when people see me and ask me what I do, and I tell them I'm a funeral director, immediately eye contact is gone. They feel that, number one, if they continue to talk to me, something's going to happen to them and they're going to die. Or if they make plans, something's going to happen and they're going to die. So in a sense, they don't want to cross themselves. But within other communities, it's part of getting your financial house in order. A lot of people now within the community are more receptive to pre-planning and getting things done properly, because number one, they don't want to leave their family with the burden of making funeral arrangements. You find that when you're making funeral arrangements, they're making them on an emotional, impulsive, way. So in this case, doing it ahead of time, your peace of mind is intact, really. You can pick, choose, and refuse what you want. If you want to be buried, if you want to be cremated, if you want to be sent back to your home country, you can set out the terms. You can set out the type of casket that you want to have. You can set out the type of service you want or don't want to have. You can pick out your clothes. You can pick out your flowers. You can pick out your music. You can even pick out the people that you'd like to have the honor to carry you. So those things are eliminating a lot of the decisions that your family would have to make at that time. And then again, most importantly, it's the amount of money that you'll be spending. You may go into a lot of other funeral homes and you're being charged $20,000 to $40,000 for funeral services, and because families are left to do this on impulse and emotions, they just agree with whatever that person is telling them. So it's time that there's somebody to represent the community and going out there and educating people and planting that seed that we need to get your financial house in order. Everybody else is doing it. A lot of the other communities, that's just part of what they do because they don't want to leave the burden for the family. So I think in our culture, our communities, we need to be a little bit more responsible and have that included in our final estates or our wishes, so that the loved ones that are left behind aren't essentially burdened with that decision-making process. You can contact us directly at 416-265-2652 or toll-free at 1-877-668-NOT-FORGOTTEN. Or you can go to our website at www.covenantfuneralhomes.com.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this week's edition of Caribbean Vibrations TV, coming to you from Toronto, Canada. Don't forget to check us out on social media at CaribVibe or check out our website, CaribbeanVibrationsTV.com. I'm your host, Allen, and we'll see you next time on Caribbean Vibrations.